week. Thanks for coming. I've had a good week. It's been good. I saw the second most confident thing I've ever seen in my life this week. Second, right? I saw a man in my local park walk up and gently but firmly grab a swan by the neck. How confident do you have to be to approach one of them evil bastards? He literally walked up and just went, "Hey," like that. And the swan just went, "I don't like this." It's incredible. He left loose and the swan walked away, but I'm freaking out. He grabbed it. I'm like, "Oh my God, it'll chase you forever. It'll break your arm. The Queen will find out." Most confident person I know is my father-in-law's mate. He's called Steve, right? Now, Steve's a nice bloke. I've met him in the pub a couple of times. Didn't blow us away. But I walked into my local Asda recently. Steve was standing at the customer returns desk. Standing on the spot, red face, vein popping out of his head, like that, giving it the Danny Dyers, ready for a fight, right? I walked up close. I was like, "I'll go and say hello to Steve. He looks like he could use a cheerful chat," right? As I got closer, I realised Steve had under his arm a frozen pizza. Now, I've never been livid while holding a pizza. When I'm holding a pizza, I'm happy because I'm thinking about pizza, right? So I walked closer, I said, "How, Steve, you all right, mate?" He didn't say hello. He just turned around and went, "I'm not all right now. I'm not all right now, mate. These lot taking the piss out of me and you, out of everyone. And it's got to stop." I was like, "Mate, I only said hello." And what seems to be the problem? Just as he was about to answer me, the lady behind the counter said, "Next, please." And he took a step forward. So obviously, I stayed and watched the outcome. This is the most confident thing I've seen in my life. He took a step forward. He slammed that frozen pizza on the counter. He spun it round. He went, "What does that say there?" It says 10-inch margarita pizza. Yeah? Out of nowhere, Steve produced a fucking tape measure. He literally went, "Shh, shh, 9.5 at best. What the shit?" How confident do you have to be in yourself, in who you are, to not care how much of a lunatic that makes you look? He didn't know why I was laughing. He couldn't work it out. But he's right in a way. He is right. They have stolen a 1/4-inch circumferential strip from that man. They have stolen a doughy necklace. That's what they've done, right? And you've got to nip that shit in the bud. If they don't nip that in the bud, what are they going to do next? Take the topping. If they take the topping, what you got then? It's not even pizza. It's round shit toast. Round shit toast. He's right, though. Every pizza I've ever bought, it has been advertised to me on its inch diameter, and I've never checked. I have never checked. Have you ever checked? Have you ever measured a pizza? I've never done it. You ever weighed a 1/4 pounder? Never done it. Does anyone count their hundreds and thousands? Never done it. This man's a fast food warrior. He went from absolute lunatic to hero in my eyes. I was waiting for security to throw him out. They did not. He was given a full and frank apology. Right? Not one, not two, but 5 £1 off vouchers for his next shops. Specifically, not a £5 voucher, 5 £1 vouchers. It was like the shittest rap video ever when she gave them to him. Making it rain. And he was then given, and I swear, 2, not 1, 2 completely free 10-inch margarita pizzas. Which he measured in front of her. Now, I'm a pranker's dream. I'm quite a jittery person. Like, I constantly fall asleep at sleepovers. I'm always the first to fall asleep. I've been woken up in so many horrific, disgusting and vile ways. You know, I've been, like, teabagged awake. I've been punched awake. I've been shook awake. I've been cold pizzaed awake. Right? Which is both frightening and delicious. The worst one, right? First time I ever lived on my own. I was in Manchester and I moved into a new flat on my own, right? My mate lived downstairs. Now, I'd never had a mate living downstairs. So I, gave him a spare key, right? He was on the 2nd floor. I was on, the 3rd and 4th floor, right? So I was like, there's a spare key for any issues. I'm away a lot, you know? Yeah? Like gas leak, flood. Well, if there's a flood, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, sort yourself out first. Maybe swim up, have a lie down. Now, for some reason, I thought it would be an amazing idea to get this sort of MTV Cribs kind of flat, right? The bed, right? I tried to impress ladies at the time. The bed was on a balcony above the living room. Ladies, eh? First night I stayed there on my own. Petrified, because the bed was on a balcony above the living room. sleeping with the cupboard door open. Now I'm on a fucking shelf. I gave him the key and I finished moving in. We went for a welcome to the area pint that night, yeah? We sat in the pub. He sat across from us, drinking his pint. He looked me in the eye and he went, just so you know, mate, that key you've given us to your flat, one night, you're going to get in from a gig and I'm going to be in your flat. I'm going to be hiding somewhere in your flat. And you're not going to know where I am. You're not going to find us. And you're going to go to sleep. And I'm going to come out of my hiding place. And I'm going to stand over your bed. I'm going to watch you sleep. And if you wake up and catch us, you wake up and catch us. If you don't, I'll just leave. You'll never know I was there. I lived there for 6 months. 6 months of sleepless, terrified hell. 6 months of when I did fall asleep, just waking up in a cold sweat, like, ah! What I would do is, right, I'd get in from a gig. This was my plan. This is what I did every night. This was my ritual. I would get in from a gig, shut the door behind us, bags down, stand still, see if I could hear the prick breathing. And then I'd begin me search. I'd search bathroom. I'd search spare bedroom. I'd search living room. I'd search dining room, office. I'd go upstairs onto the balcony thing. I'd search bedroom, back cupboards, everywhere. Then at the end of the search, I would return to the first 2 rooms I'd searched in case once I'd cleared them, he ran from one hiding place into them. He had us everywhere. Psychological torture. Right? The day I moved out of that flat after 6 months of genuine hell, right? I went down to get my key back off him, to give back to the landlord. He handed us the key. I took the key. He kept a hold of it. We locked eyes. We held it. He said this, just so you know, mate, I had no intention of ever hiding in your flat. But for 6 months, every night you've got in for a gig, I've laid downstairs in my bed, smiling. I recently, I'm not bragging here, but I recently played an arena gig. It was my first ever arena. I'd never done one before. It was in my hometown, Newcastle. It was a massive occasion. I was sitting on the Saturday morning, so excited. My dad knocked at the door and returned 2 of the free tickets I'd given for the gig. Nothing says good luck for the gig like 2 people I know have changed their fucking minds. He handed them back and I was like, cheers, Dad, thanks for popping me bubble. I was like, what's going on here? He went, oh, my mate from work doesn't want to go anymore. 2 tickets back, you can give them to whoever you want, son. I went, why? He said, as soon as he saw it was at the arena, he didn't want to come, son. So apparently this guy's had a conversation with my dad and he went, just don't like the arena. It's freezing cold. It's freezing cold. I'm not going. Last time I was there, I was ill. My dad went, why? Well, I just wore a t-shirt at the arena, I was ill. Put a coat on. No, he's from Newcastle, against his religion. So he goes, I sat there the whole night in the arena, freezing cold in a t-shirt. It was dreadful. I'll never go back. My dad went, what did you go to see? You know what he'd been to see? Ice hockey. Lunatic.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here in London. I've been travelling all around. I've been going all around the United Kingdom, and I tell you what, I now know we all talk a little bit different. We all do. I'm saying, so like down south would say, that's me mum. That's me mum. That's me mum. Up north, they say, that's me ma. That's me ma. In the west of England, they say, that's my sister.
You might find this quite difficult to believe, but I've got quite a lot of geezers in my family. I'll try and explain to you what a geezer is. Right, a geezer is basically a criminal with a personality. That's what a geezer is. You know, they kill people, but they've got great banter. My dad was in the army for like 20 years, and I think he really wanted me to join the army as well, which I don't think would have worked. You know, I've actually thought about it, and I think the only way I'd be accepted into the military is if the RAF started employing air stewards. I think I could be cabin crew on a fighter jet. Get a nice little uniform, blue beret. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this RAF flight to Damascus. My name's Tom. I'll be in charge of the cabin crew this afternoon. We're looking at a flight time of 8 hours, and the weather, lovely and sunny in Damascus. Hope you all packed your trunks. In a few moments, I'll be passing through the cabin with a selection of fresh sandwiches and semi-automatic Kalashnikov ammunition. On behalf of the whole cabin crew, we'd like to thank you for flying with the RAF today and look forward to welcoming some of you back on board.
And, of course, expectations are always difficult to live up to. I found this recently when I tried to fit in with heterosexual society. And, yeah, I'm gay, but I don't like to make a big deal about it. And I went to a football match. But somebody called me mate, and I thought, no thanks.